Oh my god. Back to my phone. So my last few have been really shit because I didn't have my phone. It went on a wild goose chase for a week and a half. Right? But with me being me, it's not that simple because I'm not sure if I can get onto my app or remember the password. I know that at the Vodafone shop, the guy actually said to me in the shop, he probably shouldn't have done, but he said, no, you didn't put one on there. But I'd already passed security, I think. But he said, you didn't put one on there. And then I got locked out for 9 weeks, like seriously locked out. I couldn't even ring Vodafone about it because my number didn't exist. I could only speak to fraud detection or whatever. And they were just carrying on with an investigation. They really were acting like they were the law. So I know with their attitude, what they'll have done is they'll put a mark against my fucking account. So any I was thinking it'll get locked out, or if I forget the password, and they'll go, we want to send a text to your phone. And I hadn't changed the address, so I needed to change the address. And the address was the issue before, and then I'm reporting the phone lost. So it's like, I was just thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, this is going to happen again. It's going to wake that lot fucking back up again, and I'll have to be, when it was before, I had to go to Poole, like 2 or 3 times a week I was going to Poole, into the shop. There was a couple of people in there. There was the geezer that first got me in. I saw him quite a few times, but in particular there was a girl. She was amazing. She gave me a SIM card, put like 15 quid credit on there for me, and put loads of data on there. So just use internet like when you're roaming around, and you can phone us. And she was texting me from home as well. She was well sound, but it still took 9 weeks because of what they were like. And I was thinking, oh fucking hell, I got it back. It was a nightmare because I couldn't ring the bloke, and then I hadn't saved his number to the cloud. I didn't know his name on Facebook, and I found out today I was spelling it wrong anyway. That's why I couldn't find him, because he spells it slightly differently to the usual spelling of his name. And it was a fucking load off my mind, because it's been like, I've been feared up about doing it, but thinking I should do it, but then I was also known that I just need to get hold of him, and I knew it'd be easy to get back. I knew there was a good chance I'd get it back anyway. I wasn't totally, like a lot of people would say, oh, I had said, I'll cancel it, anyone could have picked it up, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, nah, I know what's happened. I was right. It had run out of battery. He didn't find it till the next day, but it had run out of battery, and it's not been switched on since. It's just been held for me. But there was a fucking goose chase getting hold of the geezer, and then getting hold of the geezer. I had to give it to another geezer who brought it around. Who came and then was at my other old address. Bless him. But I got it back, and I was like, thank fuck for that. Because it's like, I'm due another one. I need to still like get on and sort out the Vodafone issue, but at least they can phone me. They can just phone me. Do you know what I mean? When I didn't have the phone and they couldn't phone me and it was switched off, then I'd get an issue if I'm trying to like change the account of something just so I can get into it to then report it lost. But yeah, I need to get on and do that because I've got a new phone and my videos will become even better quality. Like, I wish I was good at editing. I'd put like loads of really cool special effects in, things going ding. But what was I going to say? Oh fucking hell! I keep doing this brain hooverance. I had like 2 or 3 little thingies. Oh yeah, there's one. This was good. Well, it was weird. It was a girl I'd gone out with for 4 years, fucking ages ago. My longest relationship ever. And I saw it because I caught up with that dude and went to his shop and we swapped Facebook details. So he'd message requested me. And then I saw this other one. I scrolled down and there's loads of porn ones. There's always loads of porn ones. I must think I'm some sort of pervert, But it was from her, and I just thought, well, it was what I did was almost replied. I almost went to reply, and I was starting to think of what to say, and I just thought, well, I don't want to. I don't give a fuck if she's being friendly. I don't want to talk to her. Like, I'm fairly certain I'm not gonna. Like, she won't know that I've read the message until I reply. But I don't think I'm gonna go back to her and come back to her next, because I'm just like, well, if she ever should fucking track me down and see this video of the thousands that I've made, if she ever does come across my videos, there was no animosity. I kind of respected her for leaving me. I wasn't the fucking world's worst boyfriend. She just left me because I was a lost fucking cause, or we weren't going anywhere. It wasn't a really horrible breakup, really. It wasn't that bad. But she stayed in touch for a really little while, but she moved on really quickly. It was like, fine, she was ready to. She was already ready to move on. That was the thing. For about the last few months, we were not really together because she was moving on already. Really, so as part of my, like, when I did the 12 steps, it was right at the end of MySpace and the beginning of Facebook, because Facebook killed MySpace, didn't it? And I found her on there. But then I remember thinking, well, she might have come off of there. And then I found her on Facebook. And I friend requested her. And she didn't reply. And then, like, even at that point, I was thinking, this is getting a bit stalky. And I messaged her just to explain why, and just said it's part of my sobriety. I'd like to just, like, have a chat and maybe try and just put a few things straight or whatever. But I totally understand if you don't want to hear any of that shit. And you didn't see if it was read or not in them days. But she never replied, so I just thought, fine. Because around that time doing the amends process, a lot of them are just say, well, sometimes the best amends you can make is keep the fuck away from them. You're a bad memory for them. They don't want to hear about you, think about you, talk about you. So, like, fair enough. Because even that was like 6-7 years after I'd been with her or something. Like 4 or 5. No, maybe, who gives a fuck? A long enough time. I think she was engaged when I looked at her on Facebook. And that might be because her name's changed. She's married. She's got a picture of, she wasn't getting in touch with me to fucking start anything back up. Well, there's certainly no fucking tiniest hint of that. Not even in her message. But it was like, she did sort of make the joke about, like, having a good old Facebook stalk. And I was thinking, yeah, because she knew, she was like, you always loved your music or something. And I was just thinking, yeah, and you hated it. When I used to be DJing on vinyl, she didn't want to fucking hear it. She used to piss her off. She just didn't, and that's not in a bad way. It's like, but she said, it's so good to see you, like, really enjoying your life and all that. And there might be, there's an element of, like, I was dying, but she didn't see the fucking half of it with my alcoholism. Still had a job, and I was driving, and fucking all sorts going on. I had a girlfriend. she was her. But I was already a serious fucking problem drinker, and she knew it. She fucking knew it. I wasn't, like, massively abusive. I wasn't very nice to her. I didn't really give a fuck. I was just selfish and arrogant. This wasn't a very nice boyfriend. She should have just dumped me. And she did in the end. That's basically all there is to it. Didn't really mistreat her. I just didn't treat her very well, particularly. Didn't, like, I was very fond of her. I thought I loved her at the time. I was a needy fucking drunken pisshead. A drunken pisshead as opposed to the sober pissheads. That's why people don't like you, mate. Wow. Did you feel that? I was talking to him. Did you get an electricated shock from me? I just think I just got an electricated shock from you. Although, actually, it's only me that feels it, innit? If you get a shock of someone else, they don't feel it. It's the one that feels it is the only one to feel it, I think. Because it's not an alternating current. Ow! It's this ring. Yeah, of course, because I'm stroking the cat. It's static, innit? It's arcing out on the ring. Wow, oi! What's the problem? Please? What was that all about? I think you better just chill. I'm not going to stroke you again from now. Stupid little boy. You're just like me. You need to learn how to interpret threats. Because you're totally not a threat with me around, mate. Oh no, you. But it was the electric shocks. That's probably what he probably thought I was doing. He probably thought it was me hitting him. It got him a little fucking riled. You're wrong, Gizmo. You need to sit there with that fucking pissy look on your face, right? I'm not responsible for physics, okay? Anyway, where was I before I got fucking assaulted by a vicious little demon? Yeah, that was the thing. Is I felt quite chuffed about it because I was like literally had gone straight into sort of like Mr. Nice mode, and I didn't want to explain to her that no, I'm like really far from living my best life. There's so much more I could have, should have, whatever, what I want to be. And you know, I'm good at raising energy and putting a brave face on it, basically. But then so many people just see that as you're being fake, and I can't be bothered. Actually, someone who's already got like this opinion that I'm really killing it. It's like, oh, not this again. I'm bored. I'm bored of every conversation being about explaining everything. Explaining this, explaining that. It's like, you know, what do you mean by that? Oh, fuck off. Why? It never does anything. It never has once done anything. Someone understanding what I mean by what happens. But it's always the crux of a fucking conversation, isn't it? I need to know so I can help. Really? So I can tell you that basically, but if it wasn't happening, you'd be fine. It's something that makes that much sense. Like telling someone to stop bleeding everywhere, and then they might not lose quite so much blood. Stop bleeding then. You can't, can you? It's a bollocks to her, quite frankly. Like, not in a horrible way. Not in a horrible way, I just can't be fucking asked. And like, some people would say that's a bit rude or whatever, but I don't know, I know plenty of people that say, no, you passed this and you fucking passed for a reason. I've had loads of girls say that. Maybe it's one of those, like, social gender dynamics where a man would be considered rude to not speak to her if she's only being friendly or whatever. No? I don't know. I just can't be bothered. It's like... But then I'm second guessing myself. That was the other one. The overthinking. It's like, are you just being tit for tat because she didn't get in touch with you? I'm like, no. I don't think so, because I didn't feel like totally aggrieved by it. It was a little bit miffed. You know what I mean? It was a little bit like, oh, all right. You don't want to talk to me. You don't even want to fucking acknowledge that I've written to you. Fair enough. But then it was like, okay, well, that's her journey. And it was, you know, back on with what I was doing. I hadn't seen her in years anyway. I'd fully expected her to have moved on. I didn't hold a candle for her at all, really. I did for like a little while. I wanted to get back together. But I wasn't that affected by... I worked with her brother, and he told me that she'd moved on. And that's just like hearing about it. He just said, oh, he's a dickhead. He said, right, he's a twat, no one likes him. I was like, fair enough. It didn't bother me. It just didn't bother me. But, oh, I think there was something else. Was there something else? I haven't tidied my room. But then finding my phone took quite a while, going on my goose chase, and then the confusion of him going to the wrong house and stuff. And a load of stuff came. This wig though, isn't it? It's just me all fucking over, isn't it? I love this wig deeply, and it feels nice. It is a bit tickly, but I can put my hands through it without it. Just see, it's just really nice and shiny and soft. Feels almost like a girl's hair. It's just there's something not quite there about it. But I've got this one here. I should probably model it for you tomorrow, but she needs makeup. It's really not designed to have a man's face. Like this wig, it's only certain angles that it looked female, other angles it looked like, I don't know, just like a kind of He-Man wannabe. Wannabe He-Man. She-Man, not She-Ra, She-Man. I think I've got bigger. I hope I have. I still haven't got any scales. But I was just thinking earlier, it's like I look a little bit bulkier again, which is good. And that's me done, I think. And good, thank you, and good night, and be happy, and all those things.